Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. She doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. She's like a spider going for the kill. Cruella, Cruella de Vil. Can you tell that I like the fucking song? Yes, I like the fucking song. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Command Center. My name is Commander Lionheart. Back again with a brand spanking new episode of Mystery Movie Friends, the show where we sit down to discuss a movie. Joined by the inanimate object that is to my left, right. I don't know which side it is. It's me, those.
Hello.
Say woof. And it's G. Say woof.
Hello, people. Woof.
No.
By the way, isn't this a movie, a mystery movie friends Blitz?
You're not gonna make that a thing, G. I promise you that.
We'll make it.
I won't.
Make a hashtag,
I'm not. You're not gonna make it a thing. This is episode 7.5.
Wait, I dare you.
No. This is episode 7.5 because, well, this wasn't in the cards when I originally made the schedule. It was supposed to be episode 8 Jaws next week. But we decided, let's dedicate a small, hopefully short episode to the animated version of the movie that we discussed last week, which was 101 Dalmatians. Which is what we're gonna talk about tonight. Cruella.
By the way, I sent the ratings to the chat, so you
thank you, G.
them.
Thank you, G. You were saying me those.
Can I say Jesus H. Christ, dogs are horny?
It's a funny thing because I was coming back from home like an hour or so ago, and I saw that there were dogs fucking. So yeah, they horny. And that's how we're starting this review.
In this life, where you don't have to say anything. Just go along with life. Go along with the flow. Don't say anything.
I have to say, watching this movie made me appreciate certain things of the live action.
Okay.
Did you say watching this movie or booby?
Movie, M-O-V-I-E-S. Well,
Booby,
no
yes, booby.
We all heard that it was a booby.
Yeah.
Same movie.
Anyway.
So, no trailer tonight. Not gonna put a trailer because last week, we actually got blocked for the trailer. Not for scenes of the movie. Which we did play. I didn't even get copyright claim for scenes of the movie. We got blocked because of the trailer. The trailer. So
Let me guess. We got blocked on YouTube.
Oh yeah, of course. Where else were we gonna get
And
blocked?
Facebook.
We're no longer on Facebook. No. Facebook did do that
Losers.
for Godzilla Final Wars, so that's why I also dropped Facebook that one time. And then I never came back to Facebook. But
They need a dose of freedom.
But yeah, no trailer tonight. And also, I don't think that we're going to be talking that much about the story because it's essentially the same story as last week. Like there is very little changes. Like maybe at the end is where some of the stuff doesn't flow exactly the same, but for the most part, it's exactly the same story. Like I was surprised that the live action was so close to the original, like basically beat for beat.
Yeah.
I will say that, yeah, just like Mito said, Uh, it was something. It was definitely something watching this one, which is regarded as better than the original. And I agree to an extent.
In some aspects.
In some aspects, specific, I think that the beginning is much better than the live action movie. I think
It is
that
definitely faster. That's- Because the live action movie is like what, almost 2 hours, and this one is like 90 minutes. So
yeah,
that-
five of those minutes are the initial credits. So
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Initial credits, they were, how should I put it? Long.
they were 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I can well, not 5 minutes, but like three. I think is
3.
the 3 minutes is how much the credits those initial credits.
But then again, credit for credit is due. This movie had 3 directors and a really hefty animation team.
By the way, this movie was released in 1961. I thought that it was 66, but no, it's 1961 is when the movie originally released.
Yes.
The other hasn't been executed yet.
Execute order 66 on the dogs. Yeah. But yeah, I this is why I said that last week that I stopped watching this one, because it would probably affect my thoughts on the live action movie last week. And it's because of the beginning of this movie I actually really like way more. I think Roger was much better. It's I didn't hate not Uncle Joey, which I already forgot his name. I didn't hate him. He just wasn't, great, I guess. Although I will say that the live action Roger, there was one thing that I liked him more than this Roger, and it was that he stood up to Cruella way better in the live action than in here. In here, he's like, no, you're not taking away any of the puppies. And in the live action, he's like, you're not taking the puppies, bitch. You ain't taking one. I say so. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So I will give credit to the live action version of Roger, as compared to the animated one. But aside from that, I wholly prefer this version of Roger. I absolutely loved his song, which is the one that I sang at the beginning. That is Cruella.
Yeah, him being so against Cruella, it was so good. Also,
thank you.
New Pokemon Snap.
Shit. Fuck.
No. Change the title.
Yeah, nobody told me. Nobody warned me. I'll change it in a bit. Give me a second here. Keep talking to me, those. Angie, both of you.
So, I really like how Roger was always like, he always knew that Cruella was evil. He always knew that he saw through Cruella's evil scheme. And later on, when the puppies were kidnapped, which, by the way, this movie, the animated movie, did what I said when Cruella the other puppies, which she actually bought them. She did not kidnap the other puppies.
Yep.
Yeah, they were bought. I mean, they really stated that Cruella was the evil one when you saw her car as well. I mean, aside from her design, her car was somewhat like a funeral car as well.
Red and black, instead of like the white and black from the live action.
Exactly. Yes, it is in the live action it's a modified DeVille. This one is an original DeVille, but the trunk on the back it actually has the sign from for funeral cars. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
No,
Nope.
I didn't.
Let me
You mean
see.
this?
I think it's the back.
Oh, in the back? Oh. Let's see. Man, let me. They cut it off. You can't see it in this part of the movie. Yeah, I did. I did it. I didn't. I can't really say that I noticed that. Like you have more of an eye for that thing, G.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
you
know
know.
about cars at all. I
Um,
don't even know how to
Something-
differentiate between a bicycle and a car. So
Yes, John, I know I had the stream at New Pokemon Snap still. I didn't change it. I forgot. I was at work. Okay? I get it. I changed it already. Also, hey, John. Also, Maroni, thanks for actually saying something. We could have gone here 5 hours and it would have still said New Pokemon Snap. Yeah, God, what was I saying before I was
So rudely interrupted.
so rudely interrupted by the fact that the stream was another name. Yeah, like I said, I liked Roger in this one more. I think that he was a much better character. Like he was an actual character this time around. Again, not to say that the other
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
okay, not to say that the
Anita,
Anita on the other hand, yeah, Anita still
she's
is
still
still
useless.
yeah, she still does nothing. Yeah, John, I updated it, but YouTube, I think that you need to reload in order for it to not say it. I don't know. I'm not even sure at
Yeah,
this
you
point.
need to refresh it.
But yeah, Anita on the other hand,
You need to refresh.
she's still a nothing character here. Like, but again, like I said, I preferred this beginning much more than the original because the original just pissed me off. Like I said last week, the original just pissed me off, and at least this time, you know, there isn't that whole scene of "Would you like a cup of marriage?" which was my breaking point last week. So I at least can give this movie that, even though I know that you said me those that dogs are horny is basically what drives this
Yep.
movie, but you also gotta, like, I don't know, I feel like it was more Pongo trying to get a mate for Roger and not just for himself, like in the live action. In the live action, since you can't hear their thoughts, since they aren't talking, it is very, you know, very heavily implied, or not heavily implied, it's just straight out what happens. He is horny for that Dalmatian chick. In this one, in
I
the
mean,
animated one,
in this one, when he saw Purdy, he was like, "Look at that fine specimen of a dog. I like it."
yeah, but
yeah.
he was still evaluating, like, both for him and for his pet, as he calls Roger, or as all the
Yeah.
dogs apparently call their humans pets. Yeah. So yeah, Mythos, you did send me the message that And one thing that you were glad about the live action was that you were glad that the animals didn't talk.
I think he's asleep.
I think he combusted. He does.
Huh? Yeah, I'm here.
No. Nah.
He's just high.
Did you listen to a word I said?
Yeah, I listen.
Okay.
I was looking at something.
Uh-huh.
He was thinking about boobies.
He was looking at hentai again. Yeah. So
No.
again, tell me why your thought on not liking the voice, or the dogs talking.
I mean, I never said that I did not like the dogs talking. I just said that Pongo's face, or Pongo's horny face, which there are two phases. One, when, when he goes full horny, Roger and Anita like Pongo like ties them together like a freaking at. And when Nanny says that he is a father of 14 or 15 or puppies, that face was so
That was-
well drawn.
But that wasn't a horny face to me. That was like, shit, if I divorce her, la pensión va a estar cabrona. 15.
I mean,
It was
yeah,
a-
it's not like
I
a horny
think-
face, but he's like, oh crap, I overdo it face.
I think it was a face. I think it was a mix of a face of, oh shit, I'm screwed, to a face of utter satisfaction of what he has just done. Because if you see him and his body animated language, you're like, oh yeah, I screwed up. Oh, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was
I think
definitely
it was-
interesting art, but it was good. It was very funny. What I actually enjoyed more from the original, or not the original, the live action more than the original, was actually the animals part. I actually enjoyed the live action more because you can actually see more and different animals just messing with the bad guys, while in the original they are just running away from Jasper and Horace and Corella, and that's all they do, just run away.
Yeah,
But
that's why I said that I really like the beginning of this movie, because I think that it's almost like a switcheroo. It's like at the beginning of the live action one, I hated it. Like I said last week, I didn't like that beginning, and it isn't until the dogs get captured or dognapped, I guess, that that movie doesn't go into full swing and actually becomes an interesting movie, especially the part where it becomes Home Alone with animals and all that.
yeah,
In this movie, it's the reverse. I really like the beginning of this movie, and once the dogs get kidnapped, and I actually thought, I was like, okay, so it's been kind of beat for beat the same story in the same movie almost. So when they start with the whole Twilight bark, which they actually explain, which we talked about last week, about them the dogs
Yeah.
calling each other from one place to the other. So they explained that
Dog
in this
Twitter.
one. Yeah, basically
Yeah,
dog
dog
Twitter. So they basically explain it on this one, and I actually like that as well. It's and it's at this point where they say, I'm going to send message to the colonel, and that's when I was like, oh, wait a minute. So we were kind of on the right track, that this is an elite commando unit of animals and whatnot.
yeah.
But in the animated version, it's really not. It's just just a couple of animals. I guess that Sergeant Tibbs is
Well,
essentially Tibbs is the brown dog from the live action. Like they
Exactly.
changed him.
It's
They
actually two characters. Tibbs is
they
actually two characters in the movie, in the live action. There is a cat in the live
Mhm.
action, which that of course is General Tips, but he also worked as the brown dog from the live action.
yeah they
Which is
split
the one who
the
raised
character
the
up, I guess,
puppies.
into two.
I mean, uh, the animals talking, it's actually a plus for me because in the live action, the animals just bark. You have just sound and everything like that, and you kind of imply what they're saying, what they're communicating. But in this one, with the animals talking, and you can hear their thoughts and everything, you are more into the movie, and that's what actually kept me awake.
Yeah, it,
I
it
The
makes
interaction
you
between the
enjoy
animals.
the animals more while they're talking.
It would
That
have
is
been
nice.
it would have been good if they would have brought the talking, but also did the military shenanigans that they did in the live action.
Yeah, the Home Alone style.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
I
uh-huh.
I'm kind of mixed, honestly, on the animals talking because I like most of them talking. I could not stand the Dalmatians though, like the kid Dalmatians. I couldn't.
It was the
I
same kid.
Yeah, it was it was the same kid doing the same voice for literally every other puppy, and it was annoying to me.
Shout outs to the fat one who is always hungry. That that little one speak to me in a spiritual level.
Yeah, and he was the most annoying to me. So
By the way, speaking of the puppies, in the live action movie, we can distinguish between the boys and the girls. In this
yeah,
one, since that is the same kid voicing all the puppies, you get the dogs with the blue color and you get the dogs with the red color.
Yeah.
Some of them you can assume like okay, this one is a girl puppy and then the other one it's also a girl puppy but it's wearing the blue color.
yeah.
It was for me it was kind of distracting, but then again, back in the 60s
I
I
think the
think
blue
that they
colors is the girls. The blue color is the girls
Yeah,
and the red colors are
blue is the
the
girls
boys.
because Perdita's color is blue. So
It's
she
blue,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, but then again, you get Two Tone, and Two Tone was wearing a blue color, was a boy in the live action, and in this one, it
They could
was a
have
girl.
swapped it. There were some of the puppies. Did Lucky even talk in this one? I don't because I don't remember. I know that
Well,
Patch.
Yeah, he
that's
talks.
the thing. Lucky was
Lucky talks
in the
almost at
live.
the end when they are cold, and he's like, "My nose is cold, my paws is
Oh,
cold."
oh God,
Well,
that part.
yeah, but with Lucky they dropped the ball because in the live action they actually did the same thing. They gave this Dalmatian the spotlight. Essentially, it was the puppy that came back to life, and in the animated version, it was the same. It was a puppy that came back to life. So you would expect a bigger role of this puppy in the movie, but
Yeah.
it was kind of the same. Very short.
Mm.
Which,
Which,
I
by
don't
the
know.
way, in the live action, it was a miracle. It was just a
yeah,
miracle that
he,
Lucky
he just charged the back. In this one, Jesus, this
and
one, Roger thought he was just hard robbing it.
It was like,
Parece un
bum,
condenado.
bum, 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 bum,
yeah,
bum,
it
bum,
was
bum.
almost like when there's one of those segments in a video game where they're like you have to
It looks like he was
rotate the
trying
stick
to do
so fast,
grated
like
cheese.
yeah, just like that. G.
It looks like he had he was trying to do like grated cheese, like
Yeah.
but I have to say, and a scene that it's still horrible what made me appreciate it more was the scene of "Do you want a cup of marriage?"
Oh
The
gosh.
reason being is because in the animated one,
Mm.
they just left and suddenly married. And I was like, okay,
I
but at
mean,
least in the live action, it gives you a little more context that Roger doesn't
I
want Pongo to be alone. He feels like he's gonna be heartbroken, and then they fell in love right there, and then they get married.
yeah,
So
but
it's like, okay, there's a little bit more context on the live action, which I actually appreciate a
yeah,
little
but
bit
that
more.
same context is just given to Pongo because it's Pongo who doesn't want Roger to be alone. You know, like in the and I don't know. I guess I just didn't. Again, I hated that part in the live action, and I still hate it.
I mean,
I
yeah,
I
it's still horrible.
I
I'll give
still
you that.
think I still prefer this version of just us assuming, oh, some time has passed and then they got married. Unlike
I mean,
the live action one, where it seems like they met that day, they decided to get married, and the next day they got married. You know? In this one, at least, Pongo explains it's been 6 months since we moved to this house and whatnot.
I mean, you can
Yeah, but that's
you can
after the
actually
marriage.
feel the passing of time in this one.
Exactly.
At least in the
Compared to the
beginning,
original, to the live action, I should say.
because in the live action movie, you only get to see the passage of time when they get to winter.
Yep. Which here you actually it actually does feel a little bit more like there is a passage of time between scenes. Like there is this fade, or not this fade, but there's well, yeah, the fade, you could call it, or so, from
It's a
one scene
black.
to another.
I would say that they use a black filter to actually
No.
make it look like night.
Uh it's let me see here. Also, there's no the whole motley crew of dogs outside.
Oh yeah.
There's no big family. There's no nothing.
In this
There's
one,
just them in the chapel.
in this one, there is no you can't use the cheese royalty card because in this one it's clear that it's not none of that.
Well, yes and no, because of the nanny.
Yeah.
I, hmm.
Which in this movie, it's more of a servant. She's more
Yeah,
of a maid than
yeah,
a nanny.
she's more of a maid. She's just called nanny, but she's more of a maid, honestly, than what she was in the live action.
Speaking of the nanny, I'll give points to the live action nanny because she actually punched and fought
Yeah,
the bad
yeah,
guys.
yeah. I was gonna say that too.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say that the live action nanny at least did something. She did more. This one, this
She
was
beat up in this one.
yeah. No, not necessarily beat up because she was just Jasper and Horace basically didn't do anything to this one. He just locked her up. He tricked her into going into the attic, and then he locked her up in the attic, and they took away the dogs. In the live action one, they actually wrestle her to get her into the closet and shit. So.
Although
yeah.
in this movie, Horace and Jasper are actually a little bit more. How should I put it? Competent? Or a little bit more
They can actually
aggressive?
do
I should say.
It's interesting because
A little less wimpy.
it's interesting because Horace doesn't want to do the job for some reason. He keeps telling Jasper, I don't know, Horace. I don't know, Jasper. I don't
I
feel good about this. But
I think it's
then
for the same
later on,
reason. I think it's for the same reason in the live action. I think that I heard Horace mention something about they have captured us 2 times. A third time, they're gonna throw the keys away. And this one, that's why he doesn't want to do the job because they have already been caught back then, and one more time that they get caught, it's over.
could be. I don't remember that part in this one, or in the live action one, honestly. But the thing is that Jasper keeps telling Horace, "Don't think." I'm the one who does the thinking here, and when you look at it, Horace is kind of smarter than Jasper because he's the one. He tells he what I remember that he said one thing, and then he later said, "What if the dogs actually made themselves black, or like to
Yeah,
to camo to."
the first one is when the dogs were hiding below the bridge where
Oh
with the
yeah,
frozen lake,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Horace
yeah.
was
That's
like,
that's
"What
it.
if they went through the frozen lake to not
Hmm.
leave tracks?" And Jasper is like, "You fucking dummish,
Yeah,
dogs aren't dumb."
dogs aren't that smart. Which actually, now that I think about it, in the live action, Horace kind of does something similar when he tells Jasper, "I think that the dog is onto us," when they leave the house with the puppies, and it's
Yeah,
the
The
dog that
general.
witnesses
the
that
old
the dog
veteran
napping.
guy.
It
Um,
was the bulldog. I think it was the bulldog. Anyway,
yeah, it was a British bulldog,
uh,
I think.
but yeah, in this movie, they are a little less wimpy and not at all scared of Krilla. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jasper especially wasn't as scared of Cruella.
He
Uh,
wasn't. He wasn't also uh how do you say lambong in English?
uh, a suck up.
A suck up. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't always trying to kiss Cruella's ass. He when he told Horace to shut up, you idiot, and Cruella was like, "You what? No, 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 miss, no, 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 not you. It's this guy over here, this asshole over here." Uh, yeah, they were. I don't know who I would prefer, honestly. I think that they both have like ups and downs.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
They are both unique in their own way because I forgot his name, but the guy that does Doctor House did actually a really good job as Jasper, and
Yeah,
the Weasley father actually did a really good job as Horace.
yeah.
Also, one character was amazing.
Oh yeah,
What? What
Mr.
character?
Skinner.
Cuddy McFaceface Skinner.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Skinner wasn't in this movie. Um,
Yeah, it was
Cruella
supposed to be
basically left
Horace
it to
and
Horace and
Jasper.
Jasper to do the all of that. So
Also, in this movie, we actually get to know where Jasper and Horace are because they are essentially which we can assume is the mention of Krella's father in that case. Which
yeah,
motivates me to actually see the Cruella movie, but yeah.
Yeah, they say it's the old Cruella de Vil mansion.
yeah. The old Deville house. Hell House, was it? What was the name? The Hell
Some
Hall.
some of
Yeah,
Hell
the
Hall.
Hell
I think
House.
it's the name of the place. Which of course it was. Of course it is.
some of the animals describe it as that.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. It, it goes into the DeVille family, but it doesn't go too much into Cruella itself. Like, we don't get as much info
uh,
on who Cruella is or what she is, I guess, in
For
this
what
movie.
she does, because
Yeah,
she's rich.
all we know is she's rich.
She's
Also,
just rich.
small point that Anita is also rich is that Anita and Cruella were childhood friends in this movie instead of boss and worker, like in the live action.
Okay, I must have missed that because what?
Yeah. It is.
Thinking,
It is a part of the 101 Dalmatians. I think that they just changed it for the live action because I did know about that. I did know that Anita and Cruella are like school friends. Um.
Well, then those drugs are really doing a number.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
somebody
you
who
see her.
owns a mansion or somebody who lives in a mansion who is rich, being cool friend of Anita, you can clearly guess that Anita's parents also had money
Yeah. Maybe.
She's
to put
royal.
her in a good school. But I think
I
they don't.
stand by my
Does
guess.
Anita
She's royal.
Does Anita does Anita specify that she is school friend? Because I think it was childhood. You're actually in the part where Cruella arrives.
Yeah.
Thingy.
Let me see.
Things around around
I
that
I love how even the dogs
there.
See,
in
a
the
funeral car.
oh
Yeah, I saw the back. An old
Schoolmate.
schoolmate. Okay.
schoolmate, yeah. So still
There's
so yeah.
in the live action. I think that that's an improvement on Krella because in the live action, she's like a drug addict.
I mean here
She's
she's well
she looks like a drug addict in my book.
in the live action or here because in both to me she looks like I mean here she's clearly smoking a lot and it's I
In in both, she smokes a lot, but in the live action, you can actually see Krella as deranged fashionista that actually went south. Maybe she did drugs, but here, s- again, like you both mentioned before, we only get the context that Krella is just rich. We
yeah.
don't know what she does for a living or what she
True.
is. For all we know, she's a hobo that lives on the streets. That is loaded.
Well
Other
she
than that,
you
All we
no
know with
she
this movie is that she's rich because
and she like
sneeze went away.
furs.
She's rich because she has like when in the scene that Jasper calls her, she's like in this fabulous room or bedroom
yeah.
bed.
And again,
Well,
she
But
does
yeah,
offer
other
like
than
a lot
that,
of money to them
and also that she's been monitored by the
by the
Scotland
police.
Yard.
Yeah, Scotland
and this
Yard.
Scotland Yard.
Yeah, Cruella has a very big problem with smoking, just like
Oh
the
yeah,
original. But another person who has a big smoking problem that they not showed on the live action was
it's
Roger.
Roger. God, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's just smoking weed.
In the part where they're waiting for the puppies to arrive, he's just he's a
fucking
fucking
chimney.
He's like a chimney. Yeah, he's just like
And when you see at the very beginning when he turns on the match to light up his pipe and he throws away the match, you can see
oh yeah.
the huge pile of matches and a pipe on it.
Yeah, definitely lung cancer.
It was back in the 60s where smoking was
We-
how do you say it? It was in fashion. I think it was in
Yeah.
fashion.
At
More
least we
so,
know that Pongo
more
is
so,
gonna live longer than than Roger, with all that smoking he did.
more so that this looks more like 1940s London because that's what I can actually get from the movie, from the design of the houses and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of
Yeah.
like even more retro designs than of
Oh,
the era where the movie came out.
another thing. Did you guys saw the telephone?
This one?
Yeah,
Yes.
the the telephone of Cruella.
Hmm.
It's a devil.
It's a devil?
Yeah, I think there is a more close up scene when she picks up the. But it is literally a devil, and the horns is
Oh.
where he.
Oh wow,
Shit.
Migos. Shit.
It's
Damn,
a
man.
Yeah,
Oh wow, let me show this. Holy shit, Migos.
it is literally the devil, and the horns is what is holding the phone.
Wow.
You know
so
what?
funny.
It even has the sign of the wings from the devil from Temptation in Disney.
Chernobog.
I
Yes,
saw
yes.
that, and I was like, oh my god, that phone goes so well with her.
Wow. Okay, I didn't notice that.
that.
I hadn't noticed that either.
I
Damn,
didn't
man.
notice. So now we know that she's truly evil.
I mean,
He's really the devil.
yeah, I mean, it is in her name. In her, she is the Vil or the devil.
Yeah, but I like those small details, like the car, the devil car, the phone being a devil. Like it all matches up with her. She's her last name is Deville, which is obviously devil, and she's evil. She's like this cruel person who just
Now that you,
wants her.
now that you mentioned this, in the live action, she doesn't use that much red.
Yeah.
In this one, she's always combining red and black. Her car is also red and black.
Mm-hmm.
The fur coat that she uses is white with the inside red as well.
It's not white. It's like a tan, like a beige kind of color.
It's like, you
Yeah,
could
they-
say that
it's,
it's
uh,
like
You know, because
like a pearlescent.
her hair.
pearlescent
If you notice, her hair is white, and she's very pale, but the fur is actually like more of a beige. But yeah, the inside is red.
Yeah, and her dress, the dress she has is black. And I love that whole scene of Cruella asking for the puppies, where's the puppies, and Roger is being an asshole.
Oh, I fucking love that part. I just fucking loved it. Oh, that was so good.
From
He was-
from this song,
I
making
would
fun
do
of
the same.
Cruella.
He's just like like I love it. I
mean-
absolutely
I
loved
mean,
it.
at some point in our lives, we actually did something similar for when someone that came to our house that we didn't like.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Like
No time for games where other
But
people-
this.
Oh,
Se está guiando nomás.
he just
Yeah,
keeps,
he's making fun of her so bad.
Yeah,
he's
and she-
enjoying it.
he relishes on it, man.
The trombone.
Oh, I'd like a nice
I fucking love it when he's just so passionate, just like pen cruella pendeja pendeja. I love it. Just so good. That's actually like my favorite part of this movie. Like honestly, just Roger being a complete asshole. To Cruella with his fucking trumpet. Like just I love it, man. I love it. It's sad though. That aside, again, like I said, from this beginning part, the rest, I think that I prefer the live action.
They were dropping the ball and they dropped it at the end. The ending of the live action, I don't know for you, but for me, the ending of the live action was because you get the bad guys that get arrested, and
You got cut off there for a second, G. What do you?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Where did I cut off?
where you were gonna say, the live action.
The live action something.
Yeah, the live action something. I don't know what you
Oh,
was
okay,
more.
So,
Uh huh.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
In the live action, I don't know for you, but the live action.
See,
There
there
we
it
go
goes again. Why did it? Why does it get cut off at the exact same time, in the exact same place?
Live action, live action, live action, live action, live action.
Yeah, it's after you say that. It's like Disney doesn't want you to say it. It's like me. Oh, you're not gonna say it. In the live action,
In the live
and
action,
that's why. Mm-hmm.
and that's why the live action ending leaves, at least leave me a little bit more satisfied than this one.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I understand the gist. I get what you're saying. Even with Mickey cutting off your microphone at the exact same place every single time, man. I don't know what's
You
happening.
bastard! You bastard! Disney.
Yeah, God, it's I really
The only-
really uh-huh.
I was gonna say the only redeemable part of these whole final third of the movie was the fight between Jasper and Horus versus Pongo and Perdita.
Oh, definitely the animals.
That was a very good fight, but outside of that, it's just.
I'll
running
give
away.
the animated props because at least compared to the live action, Pongo and Perdita actually did something in this one. In the live
Yeah.
action, they didn't do shit. In this one, I guess that the elite commando unit replaced Pongo and Perdita in the live action, essentially. So in this one, at least Pongo and Perdita have a more prominent role of rescuing their kids. As compared to the live action, but specifically Pongo, like Pongo's the one who's like a strategist, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Again, after the beginning part, I think that I was like, I kind of preferred the live action part after the kidnapping because I mean, way after the kidnapping, I guess, because at least in this one we get more context of, like I said, the Twilight Bark thing, which actually this movie also addressed one of my criticisms from last week. That last week I said all of those dogs just yapping and howling and shit, and not a single person came out to say "cállate, cabrón" or anything like that. In this one,
At least in this one, we get like a shut up.
yeah, in this
Oh,
one
yeah,
we do
yes,
get
that
that.
was my favorite scene in this whole animated movie is just the people screaming, "Shut up!" Everyone was so mad, and I was laughing so hard. I was like, "Oh my god, yes!"
Uh,
It
I
was
mean,
so
I
great.
mean, I mean, even the animals that, even the dogs that Pongo like judges, they were even barking. There's also a scene, but you need to actually watch it closely, where you get a dog that looks like from Lady and the Tramp.
Yes, in the
oh,
in the place that is the where all the puppies were, and there's the like kind of like a small bulldog, and there's the
No, no, no. Go,
there's another dog.
go backwards, Lion. For when I think it's when the Twilight Park actually starts.
uh,
No, it will be before that one.
before this one, okay. By
Yeah.
the way,
Which, by
that
the way,
goose.
that guy reminds me of Aristocats, the dog
Yeah.
from
Oh no,
Aristocats.
dude.
Same with the
There was a lot of animation and a lot of characters that look very same as the ones in Aristocats. Like there
So
were
that's
there
why.
were
this dog also he's almost like the same basset hound from Aristocats. Like
yeah.
trust
Same
me,
with
I've
the
seen Aristocats so many times that I actually
same with the goose.
the goose is
Dog or
is
whatever.
yeah, the goose is exactly like the two geese from Aristocats too.
Yeah,
Um,
which also that goose, I believe it's the same voice as the nanny. Like if you put the nanny voice and that
there's
goose,
there's a lot of repeating voice actors
yeah,
throughout not only this movie.
I mean,
Gee, you mentioned
then
the
again,
nanny. She looked familiar. You said the fairy godmother. I don't think it's the fairy godmother. It's actually the three fairies from Sleeping Beauty, the blue
there
one,
you
red
go.
one, and green one. That's who.
Yes.
That's exactly the same face as who those are. So
Yes.
there's a lot of like drawings that or character drawings that is just based on the another animated
mean-
Disney movies.
yeah.
I mean, I think they could have done a little bit better considering the budget that they had. They had 3.6 million.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's the style it's a little bit difficult, I guess. Back in the day, it was do like Roger himself. He reminds me of someone, and it may be Arthur from The Sword and the Stone. It's just
Oh,
it's a grown up version of that character because his some of his mannerisms and his head are very similar. So
okay, okay.
it's like reusing not animation but character designs. Cruella de Vil is the most different one out of all of them. She's the most she's the one who and even then when you consider it, they reused Cruella's like somewhat image many years later in The Emperor's New Groove because she's very Isma from The Emperor's New Groove is very similar looking to Cruella de Vil. So it's a Disney trope, I guess, at this point that they reuse character designs for
I mean,
some of their characters.
I would understand it for back then because well, animation done back then was hefty work.
Many of the
con-
same animators
considering the size of the animation team, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but the animation team was really big for this one.
Hmm. You mean for back in the day?
Yeah, for back in the day.
Okay. No, I didn't. I didn't notice. Also, Scooby
also
Doo here.
the small dog. Yeah. The small dog. Fuck that small dog. God, he was annoying.
Yeah. It's like, what are they saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? Yeah, I didn't like the small dog either.
You know who those two dogs actually reminded me of? Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Oh god damn it.
Oh, my
for
god,
fuck's
that
sakes.
movie.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Twins? Oh my god, you've got to be shitting
Yeah.
me, G. Oh no.
Yeah, they reminded me for some fucked up reason. They reminded me of those two.
But it's not these guys, right? The dog that you mentioned?
No, I think it's in the.
Ah, perfect frame. Oh yeah. Oh, this looks nice. Oh, this. Oh my god. You know what?
When you see a game that you want to buy, but your wallet pulls you back.
¿Cuánto? But yeah, I question. What did we think about Cruella?
There wasn't enough Cruella in this movie.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. In the live action, we get Cruella left and right. In this one, not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the fact that this one is shorter than the live action, but still, we do get like when we first meet Cruella in the live action, it's with Anita in the designing in the designer in her designer house or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean, the animated version of Cruella is still iconic, but the live action is like brings that essence of Cruella to life.
After watching the live action and now watching the animated, I really have to give some major props to Glenn Close, even more so than we did last week, because she fucking I didn't know how much she fucking nailed the character.
I mean, this is what happens when you give actors a good base, because she with the animated Cruella, she actually had a good base to build upon on the character, and she did.
Yeah. And you know, there's a lot of lines that are exactly the same, and you know, when you go back to watch the live action and you hear Glenn Close say the exact lines, you're like, damn, she's just spot on, and just she nails it like 100%, and then some, because she adds her own style and flair to the character of Cruella, where she kind of makes her own, even more so than the original. Like
in this one, I would, if I were to compare the live action and the animated, I would say the animated version tame in comparison with the live action, because in the live action Cruella, she goes above and beyond to let you know that she's there to command the space.
Yeah,
and you
definitely.
don't dare stand up to her, because
even though
you're gonna get it.
yeah, even though it's ironic, because in the live action Roger stands up to her, and in this one Roger is like even after fucking with her.
I actually accepted Roger being very nervous, like standing up against Cruella in the live action, because
Yeah, it's almost like they switched
Cruella in
it.
the live action is like, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like they switched it, because after that initial scene where Roger is like being an asshole to Cruella, like he then goes and starts like, you can't have the puppies. And
Yeah,
in
he
the
was being an asshole. He was being an asshole, but that was because he was in his room.
oh yeah, I know. He was in his, you know, is his
Once he
own
has
little
to-
safe space.
once he has to go up front against Cruella, see these pale dying woman with this huge coat. It's like, oh,
I mean, the coat is
But
is kind of like the intimidating factor of Cruella. Like if she didn't have that coat, I think that some people wouldn't be as intimidated of her. I think.
I mean, the fact that you have this slender woman that looks pale and it's like Mito says, almost dying. But you get this woman that is actually wearing the skin of animals, innocent animals that never did anything to her. It kind of brings like a fear factor into it, and it's not just the coat. Her purse is also made out of fur.
Yeah, like she said,
So-
she lives for the fur. She worships the fur. What she said in both versions,
Worship.
actually.
yeah, many of the lines, as you say, it's just spot on between
Yeah.
the live action and the animated movie.
Yeah, I was very surprised with the amount of like overlap between both versions. But yeah, I kind of felt that at the end it was a little bit disappointing, honestly. Like how it all, like we don't even see Cruella, Jasper, and Horace get their comeuppance. Like, I mean, you see them crash with each other, and Cruella being like, "You idiots, you," blah, blah, blah. But we never see like the police nabbing them or something. Not like in the live action, you know, where we see justice prevail and them getting captured and shit. So, you know, I was.
That's what I mean when I say that they dropped the ball with the ending. They
Yeah.
they were coming up strong, but then you notice the going down the hill,
Like,
and right at the ending they just drop it.
like maybe I kind of want to say that it's because of nostalgia, but in Aristocats, when the butler gets his comeuppance, and this is a spoiler for when we watch Aristocats, since you guys, Beatles has seen it, you haven't seen it, right, G? Aristocats?
I think I did, but I don't remember.
Okay, so in Aristocats, at the end, the butler, his ultimate plan is that he wants to ship, because he couldn't get rid of the cats, he couldn't kill them and shit. What he does is that he plans to like ship them to another country, and in that, actually, in the Aristocats, in the animated version, it's a little bit similar to the live action Dalmatians, because a lot of the cats like conspire, or a lot of the animals like help the cats, specifically the mouse, to like get rid of the butler at the end, and they end up like shipping him instead, so he gets his comeuppance. And in this one, we don't really see that comeuppance aside from them crashing with each other. So, you know, it was a little bit disappointing for me.
By the way, that's crushing. I was like, how the fuck are they still alive?
Oh yeah, that crash. I mean, Disney animation and shit, but still, yeah, it was a very hard car crash.
That car.
Speaking of the animation, I think that the animation that they use for the video live action is the same one that they use here
Yes.
in the chase scene, and the specifically Cruella driving her.
Yeah, there is some reuse animation, like you said. The guy from the TV, the bad guy from the Thunderbolt TV show, I think that he is like the dog pound guy from Roger's video game in the live action. I think that I believe that the face is the same.
I think it was. I think the pun guy was like just like normal. He looks like a normal fat police guy or something.
Well, it's details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Details. Who needs them? But yeah, after watching the beginning last week and just shutting it off, I was kind of expecting a better film. Honestly, and especially after hearing so many people say, "Oh, it's better than the live action," and all that. And I'm not saying that the live action is better necessarily than the animated one. I think that I fall into the same place where I fell when I watched the 2019 Aladdin live action and then watched the animated version of Aladdin, where my opinion of both of those movies was that they both complement each other. I didn't think that one was necessarily better than the other, because what one lacked, the other one had, and what this one failed to do, this one actually delivered. So with these two movies, with the animated 101 Dalmatians and the live action, I think that I really like the beginning of the animated version. I like Roger more in the animated version. I like Pongo and Perdita more because they actually did more in the animated version, and the whole animals talking, with the exception of the kids and that yapping stupid dog. That was with the Scooby-Doo. But like I said, after the whole Twilight Bark thing, and when the whole Commando Home Alone thing starts in the live action, that's when that movie is the better movie. You know, it's like a switch. It's like they switch it mid movie. The animated movie like goes down and the live action movie goes up for me. So it's kind of rough for me to actually say what I'm going to rate this movie now, because again, I think that there are parts of both that I liked and there are parts of both that I didn't like. So
The rating, go.
Just for the sake, just for the sake of not getting mobbed and not seeing pitchforks, because I didn't say that the animated version is completely superior to the live action.
Speaking to the John Wick fans.
Speaking to those John Wick fans, I'm going the reverse of last week. Last week I gave high, leave the gun, take the cannoli. This week I'm giving this one a low, life is good, but it could be better. Like, if you fuse both movies, you have a perfect 101 Dalmatians movie, to be honest. Like, if you fuse the beginning and Pongo and Perdita from the animated version with everything good that we talked about from the live action last week and this week in retrospect, you would have the perfect 101 Dalmatians movie, in my opinion. So that's they kind of balance it. They kind of balance it out.
Mitos?
What about you, Yi? No, you go.
Well, toss a coin. I mean, Mitos did go first last week, so you go first, G.
Okay. Just like you, I feel like if you mix them both, you have the perfect 101 Dalmatians. Where this one actually had the beginning, the other one had the... To me, it's a big sin if you drop the ball at the ending. Because even if you're going to make a bad movie, make the ending a little bit good, because that leaves a little bit of aftertaste to your viewers. But overall, it's a low, life is good, but it could be better. For the same reasons that you just mentioned.
Yeah, and I do want to stress that it's not that 101 Dalmatians, the animated one, is bad. I'm not saying that, and we don't want to imply that the ending is actually horrible or something like that. No, it's just that compared to the live action that we saw last week, it is rather dull. It's a dull ending for a movie and for an animated movie. Again, like I said, maybe it's nostalgia talking, but at least Aristocats had a more concise ending with its villain. So
Yeah.
I would have at least liked to see. This could have easily been fixed if they had shown like Cruella, Jasper, and Horace getting arrested or something, you know. But since we don't see that, it's
Yeah,
you know,
proper conclusion.
yeah, a proper conclusion would have been much appreciated, just like we got in the
Oh,
live action version.
And to be honest, I was riding on nostalgia on the live action one because that
Oh,
one I
yeah.
saw as a little kid.
And I wasn't writing on nostalgia because I didn't. So, made those.
Yeah. Let's go, Mythos.
So my rating will be it's a whopper because damn that scene with the barking at night. God,
swear-
that scene
I swear to God
just
that he
speaks
does it just to
me
piss us
in
off.
another- in
Give the
another
real
level.
rating, you dumbass.
I'll give it that just like the live action one. I'll give it a take the can only leave the gun. Again with this for the same reason as you both said. Some parts are good, some parts are bad. If you fuse those good parts together, you get a good, near perfect movie.
Yep.
But like the things I would take, I'll definitely take the last part of the live action. I'll take Cruella from the live action.
Oh yeah.
I will put her, or I will put all of that with the beginning of the animated with Roger. Fuck Anita. Nobody cares about Anita.
God, nobody cares about Anita. God,
And
she
you
was.
would have a very good movie.
Yeah.
Now, talking for this, like without comparison between the live action and the animated, uh, yeah, the ending could have been better if they would have actually like properly ended it, but also they gave a lot of emphasis to the chasing. Like there was nothing but chasing. They were always constantly moving, running, or like running away. And Jasper, Horace, and Cruella did nothing other than just drive and yell at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the can only leave the gun. That's my rating.
Okay. Sounds fair.
Except that scene where the guys are like, "Shut your fucking mouth up, you stupid dogs." That scene was amazing. I was like, man,
for
someone
me.
who leaves, someone who lives between two houses that has chihuahuas barking at the middle of the night constantly. Like, Jesus H. Christ, please, just shut up.
Yeah, for me it was just Roger, the Roger song and him just playing the trombone or the trumpet on Cruella. That was the force is strong with this one scene for me. Like just tops, just the best
song
part.
was amazing.
Oh yeah,
The
I
song
love
was
it.
so good.
Yeah, I love it. Also, that's how they actually buy the house, which we don't see in the animated version. But it's that apparently the song that he made of Cruella de Vil, it was so popular that it made him a lot of bucks. So, and they were going to use that money then at the ending to get the house, which we see in the live action. Which I'm glad we didn't see it in the animated. Honestly, we didn't need to see the goddamn Spots house. The Blues Clues house over there.
That's another thing. I was waiting for Cruella to be cut because when he hears the song for the first time on the radio, I was like, man, it would be great when Cruella gets caught and it's like, oh, she is actually the devil. She's evil. She wanted to do all like skin
Yes.
puppies. To
Yeah,
give
it
the
would have.
haircut, but it never happens.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been interesting to at least have Cruella hear the song as well. Like, oh, Raja, I'll get you, Raja, or something. I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
you'll- that would have been interesting to see. But yeah, again, not a bad movie, but you know, could have been better for me, honestly. Also, yes, John. When I was talking about, I didn't read your comment, but yeah, when I was talking about the animated version and live action versions of Aladdin and Aladdin and this one, he did say, then we have live action Lion King versus animated. That is
Shut up.
good God. We're not going to do that one because
What?
one, it is
I
very
only remember Lion King 1, 2, and half. And that's it. There's nothing after that.
yeah. There is no
I don't know
live
what he's
action.
talking about.
I saw that godforsaken piece of trash movie and just immediately have to watch the animated version just to remind myself that I had a soul. That is how bad.
The T word. Throwing the T word right there. Trash.
That is how bad that stupid movie is. I hated it, man. It is so soulless, so lifeless that I just hated it and just needed to watch the original animated version just to feel some joy in my life. So yeah, we're not doing we are not doing that one. Because it's recent, and B because it's bad. It's really bad, and I don't want any of us to suffer that. So
And C because no.
and C because no. But yeah, that's a wrap for episode 7.5 of Mystery Movie Friends, 101 Dalmatians, the animated version.
I
God damn it,
got
G,
an
you're-
episode that is not 2 hours long.
I told you I was gonna keep it short. I told you. No, don't worry. Next week we're gonna be back to business as usual. Because next week we're gonna be talking about Man-Eater. I mean Jaws.
I have seen this
You need to- you
movie
need to-
and I
you
am
need to put
excited
the-
for what you have to say for it.
Oh boy, I've
You
never
need to put
seen.
the catalog of Twitch as pool, bathtub, and
God damn it,
beaches.
Mitos. No.
Yes, yes.
I am not going to make it a bathtub, hot tub stream. Yeah, John
I
is saying
mean-
Jaws is fantastic.
We have the technology.
We have the. I wish I had. I told Mitos. I wish I had a green screen because I would put like a green screen of me in the beach or
You have
something.
enough time. You have enough time to
No,
buy a
there
green
is-
piece of cloth.
There is not enough time, so no, I don't care.
I-
We're not doing it.
May-
Maybe for when we do Jaws 3D. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
1975, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
Two
I've-
years before Star Wars.
I mean,
We'll
Jaws
get-
was the original blockbuster before Star Wars, so we'll see.
We'll get to see those majestic special effects at work.
Delicious.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to something. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking
I mean,
forward
I'll definitely
to
be
both of
looking.
you suffering because that's what I do.
I'll
Oh, I know.
definitely be looking. I'm not looking forward.
Oh boy.
Maybe I'm looking back. Maybe I'm like, dude, 101 Dalmatian was actually good.
You know what? After careful consideration, I think that Godzilla Final Wars was actually a whopper.
You won't be saying that. Trust
Oh, I
me.
know I won't be saying that. Nothing will
If
ever
you
make me
do
say Godzilla Final Wars is a whopper. Nothing ever.
Not
Uh,
even Commander
always mean
Mustache.
about the rating,
No.
but if you say that, you win. You will win the crown of meme rating.
Oh man. Yeah, people. That'll be it for tonight's stream. Me those. Where can the kids find you?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/mythosgaming29. Also, look at me on YouTube. I don't have 100 subscribers, so I don't have a URL. So please subscribe to me so I can get there. I'm only missing 10 subscribers.
Oh wow.
Oh
Yeah,
damn. So
I'll
close, so
be-
close.
So close, yeah. I'll be back on tomorrow, Monday, 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Gonna be continuing on with Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm gonna be bumping
Horizon.
the difficulty to ultra hard. I'm very excited.
Oh duh, boy.
Just
Speaking-
make sure not to go to the Frozen Wilds or to go to the den of the Thunderjaws.
He'll eventually
I
get there.
will.
He'll eventually get there. Also,
Or the Rock Breakers. Rock Breakers?
yeah.
The
Oh,
Tremors.
oh shit! I totally forgot about those. Ooh.
Those
Oh,
are
I
even
hate-
worse.
Oh, I hated those
Yeah,
even
which one?
more. I hated those even more than.
I believe that they are called Rock Breakers, and there's an event that you have to pass to in order
Yep.
to encounter them first.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
When you
all I
do-
know is that I saw
when
a
you
huge
do-
bird flying over, and I'm like, I want to go there and beat the crap out of that bird.
You can. You can go there and try to fight him.
I will.
That one is the easiest.
He's
tomorrow.
he's very close by to where you have to do a bunch of quests and events, so he will be swooping down on you eventually. So don't worry about that.
I will be going there tomorrow.
But
so if you want to see me suffer,
But
hell yeah.
Stormbreakers they're not as bad as Rock Breakers. Those are assholes. Those are truly assholes.
The thing is, I found an exploit, and it's
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Those are quote unquote invulnerable.
Yeah,
And I say quote unquote because they do have a vulnerability, but they are so goddamn hard to actually get them to stay still. That
Yep.
you actually.
And it's not because they're fast. I'll just say that.
No.
We're not gonna say anything else. We don't want to spoil it for you.
I'm just gonna say to you, King Kong ain't gonna have no shit on you because
Training Day
All right.
reference over there. But also speaking of ultra hard, tomorrow, hopefully the internet doesn't break, and I can continue with Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Internet Cortex.
and it will break because it's Crash.
And it will crash because it's Crash. So yeah, we'll see. Apparently, Surgeability already beat the game, and he's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna enjoy what's coming, buddy. You're not gonna enjoy it." So, oh boy, and he has
beat
nostalgia for that game.
right?
What?
Have you ever beaten that game?
No, I had never played that game until I did First Strike last year, and now I'm playing it.
Oh. You
So
haven't played Twin Sanity either. Oh
Twin-
my god. this
Crash
is gonna
Bandicoot
be
Twins
good.
Crash to Insanity will be this upcoming Wednesday's episode of First Strike. So also don't miss that.
Don't miss
And
out if although you will not get to that part, but you will get close to the other part.
yeah,
You will definitely get to that part because that's the part that's in the beginning, and you're gonna be like, why is this game even exist?
probably.
I'm
But
very excited to
anyways.
watch that.
Anyways, people, that's it for tonight's stream. Thank you everybody so much for coming by, for watching, chatting, lurking, all that shit. Remember to like, share, subscribe over on youtube.com/CommanderLionheart, and give us a follow right here on twitch.tv/CommanderLionheart so that you can see us talk about Jaws next week, and then talk about Fast and Furious, and then talk about Independence Day, and then talk about Space Jam and Blade and so many other movies that we are going to be talking about here on Mystery Movie Friends. The list doesn't end. The list never ends. It gets, every time we do one episode, we gain 10 more movies to add to the list. So we'll be here
And that's,
for,
and that's just on Monday.
and that's just, but for you, it was just, for you, it was the greatest day that M. Bison visited, graced your life. For me, it was just a Tuesday. So, anyways, people, I think that I butchered the reference, but whatever. Until next time, may your hearts
You
be
try.
your guiding key. Good night, everyone.
Right.